बलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनिना पतञ्जलि प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि पतञ्जलि प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि.
Hello everyone, this is Disharag.
Have you ever reflected on this? Unlike money, you cannot save or store your time for later use. The only thing you can do with your time is spend it. Now, all that matters is how do you spend your time? It's always a wise decision to spend your time on something that is worth it. Best health practices is one most important and good thing we could choose to do with our time, mainly because with good health we can attain anything we want in our life. A relatively simple and natural way of keeping our body and mind healthy is through the practice of yoga. Yoga, though its origin is seen in ancient time, it's so very apt to be applied to the modern way of living. Yoga is not just a form of healing, it's a way of life. Because the law of yoga is the law of life. Yoga has in it all the secrets of successful living. Let me reveal to you some of the secrets of yoga that can enable you to relate easily to life. Well, let me begin with this. One thing that we generally experience in our everyday life is stress. Stress is generally defined as the tense state of body and mind. Moderate level of stress is manageable and is therefore considered normal, whereas high level of stress can be disadvantageous as it doesn't just bring down your performance, it also negatively affects your health. So as to relieve your body and mind from everyday stress, it is important to practice relaxation. When your mind is so very relaxed, there can be no space for distracting thoughts to emerge. When we know the way that can keep us healthy, both physically and mentally, it's better we choose that way. With yoga, we get our body to stretch. And this simple act of stretching can do a lot more than you think it does. By stretching your body, you can stretch your mind. Stretching our body muscles can do wonders. It feels relaxed and our body needs it. Let us understand the need of our body that it wants to move. Well, in fact, our body is designed to move. As you begin with stretching your body, some of you might find that you aren't that flexible. If you get into such a realization, all you need to do is to just start from wherever you are, simply because there is no other possible place to start from. What is more important is to just get started. One of the most essential part of yoga is breathing. And this breathing is something that can never be separated from life. In fact, breath is an indication of life. We live as long as we breathe. It is necessary for us to get into the habit of always breathing correctly. Now the question is, why is breathing so important? Our lungs are like balloons. It does not get blown up on its own. It gets inflated only if air is blown into it. Similarly, we can inflate our lungs only by inhaling and exhaling the air. If our brain do not get proper oxygen, it cannot function properly. Most people breathe incorrectly. As a result, they are able to use only a small part of their full capacity. To enable our body to produce the necessary energy, we need to get into deep breathing. Breathing a sigh of relief can also be essential. Although sighing is mostly associated with much of the negative emotions such as fear, sadness, and anger, or even with exhaustion, sighing reduces physiological and psychological tension. Suppose that you are into smoking and feel that smoking relaxes you. Find a different way to relax. Actually, a large part of why smoking relaxes people is because of the breathing pattern. Try breathing like a smoker but without a cigarette in your mouth. No wonder within moments you will feel relaxed. Mind and breath are so closely connected with one another, so much so that any kind of change in one affects the other. Focusing on your breath can get your mind to the present moment. Once you are into the continuous practice of proper breathing, you will readily be able to be in the present moment even as you perform any other activities in your everyday life. Asanas or poses in yoga enables us to pause, and this kind of pausing becomes important in our fast-paced life. It teaches us the importance of knowing when to slow down in life. As we encounter any stress or fear-causing situation, we are conditioned to either fight or flight from the situation right immediately. By means of pausing in life, we remain physically inactive for a while. And this inactivity does not mean anything wrong because it serves as a breathing space before we proceed to act out. It is important in life that in any given situation, we need to pause to think before we react to it. And this kind of a pause can make us feel relaxed. Our mind always functions better when we are relaxed. Being so can give us much clear thoughts, which in turn instills courage to deal with the situation. Get started with the practice of yoga even if you are new to it. And in fact, novelty can make you feel good as our brain releases increased level of neurotransmitter, a feel-good hormone when we get into doing something new.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to our channel and stay connected as we come up with more videos relating to psychology and mental health.